Right, how's everyone doing today? My name is Heidi Corona. Thank you for being here. First thing I wanted to say about signs that the angels are around us, okay? Signs that the angels are working in our lives or answering our prayers or hearing our prayers. Your angels know you, okay? So they know which signs are going to catch your attention. So you might have experienced some of these signs that I'm going to talk about that I've experienced, and you might have other signs that maybe I've not experienced or nobody's heard of, but you know, because that's between you and your angels. First, I have things that you find, right? Things that you find are like feathers. Angels like to leave us feathers of any color. Could be white feathers. It really in odd places, or just maybe you're thinking a thought. You're having a walk and you have this great idea. You look down and you see a feather right in front of your feet, like, oh my goodness. I believe that that is from your angels. I believe that that is from my angels when that happens to me, because it happens in my life too many times to be coincidental. So it's not a coincidence, it's a synchronicity, right? That's the difference there, a synchronicity. Also, things that you find, coins. Coins. Angels can leave you coins, especially if you're praying for financial help and then you maybe find a coin somewhere funny, or we all know what odd for us, what might catch our attention about that. But also note that coins may also be left from past loved ones as well. Again, spirit, the other side, they all work with what we know and what's going to catch our attention. Also, any kind of like angel figurines, jewelry, pictures, postcards, just random things that kind of show up or catch your attention, catch your eye. Like you notice that angel that's on that sign that you've seen a gajillion times, but you've never noticed that angel before, right? Huh. Why are you noticing these things? Why are these things popping out to you, right? Okay, so the next sign that your angels are around you, aside from finding things like that, is things that you might feel. You might actually feel physically some type of skin sensations, body sensations, and I'll talk about these. So you might feel tingles, like skin prickles. You might feel tingles. It's not unpleasant, okay? And that might be anywhere, just anywhere. Sometimes those tingles may also just kind of be more localized here in the crown chakra area. But that's like if you're receiving light from the angels, healing from the angels, upgrades from the angels, downloads from the angels, that kind of thing. But if you're just learning to sense the angels, you might get those tingles. Okay, sometimes also with those tingles and stuff, I might get a warmth on my crown chakra. I might feel a bit of warmth here, like on my third eye, and even into my face a bit around my ears. But that's usually if I'm receiving something from the angel. But if I'm just have an angel in my presence, the first way I usually notice if it's a physical feeling is like a cool breeze. Like I'll feel just kind of a cool little shivery breeze. Or maybe actually in the beginning, the first time I ever realized that there was an angel in my presence, the whole room, just the temperature dropped. Like I was shivering and shaking. And when I first started working with angels, my teeth would chatter. I would shiver and shake. It was crazy. But for me, even now, I know the angels are coming through because I feel cold and my heart kind of flutters too a little bit. If you watch John Holland, he's an amazing medium. I love John Holland. And he talks about the quickening, right? That's what he calls the quickening, is when he starts to connect with the other side, the vibration is raising. That's the way that I understand this feeling that I have with angels. It's kind of like a chill around me and my skin kind of tingles. My heart gets to beat faster a little bit and it's just anticipation. So now it might also feel like a soft touch, just a soft touch on your skin somewhere. Just, and you know no one was around and nobody touched you. Just a soft touch, maybe a gentle, something like this. For me, I know when I've been like upset or crying, maybe, it, even in the midst of my sobs, you know, I'll feel on my back, like in the middle of my back, like a warm, tingly hand, just holding right in the middle of my back, right behind my heart, giving me support. So that is something that I feel from my angels. And you guys might too. Also, sometimes just kind of a cloak of comfort around you, like you've just been draped in just peace, right? Peace. Some people might know these things, some people might not know these things, and it brings me joy to share this information with you because then you guys will have the chance to recognize these little tiny things that people overlook every day that are happening to you. And now you'll be able to notice it and not just shrug it off as, oh, it was the wind, or it was a cobweb on my sleeve or something, right? You can go, wait a minute, there was no cobweb. What was this touch I felt? Maybe that was spirit. Maybe that were your angels. Maybe that's who it was. Emotional feelings that you might feel or experience in the presence of your angels or when working with your angels. Comfort. I have been in deep sorrow or grief over things. And I mean, crying and sobbing my eyes out, and have felt peace come over me from like my core, if that makes any sense. And kind of just the core of me kind of just was okay. Even though the rest of me was in panic, in that moment, it was like the core of me, there was a peace inside. Even though I was sobbing and grieving, I was okay with the sobbing and grieving. That was my angels. That was my angels giving me the comfort, that peace. The angels can give you peace, joy, happiness, love, a feeling of love, a feeling of giddiness. Sometimes I feel like I want to just giggle like a little kid or something. Laughter. And some people, and sometimes myself, if the love and the feeling is so intense and overwhelming, you may feel the urge to cry. These may be happy tears. They may be tears of release. It's all a part of the experience. It's all a part of the effect that God has on us. And the angels are of God. Things that you might smell if the angels are around. Now, you don't have to be psychic. The smell, spirit smells, or angel smells. But if the angels are around, you're going to smell lovely scents, like flowers, roses. Now, just know those also might be an indication for past loved ones. I know I smell roses and my granny's around. Or I smell cigarettes, for instance. That's not an angel smell, but I'm just putting that in there. I smell cigarettes for my grandfather. But as far as angels, anybody can pick up on an angel scent, you know what I mean? Because they're just so full of love and grace and beauty, and their light energy is so powerful, okay? So their lovely scents are like flowers or like fruity type of aroma, just some kind of smell. If you catch it, say you're in a room. I've done this. What is that smell? That smells so pretty. Is that it almost smells like perfume or like flowers or fruit or perfume or something. I'm like, where's the smell coming from? And I cannot find the source of the smell, nor can I identify it as anything I've ever worn or had or owned. But it's here and it's gone. And those are signs of our angels being present in our lives. You have to be open to it. Watch for it. Believe it when it happens to you. Don't write it off, because if you write it off, do you think they're going to come back and try it again? Here, let me prove it to you. Let me prove it to you. Believe it. Believe it. And you open the door to, this is possible for me. This is possible to communicate with my angels. They want to communicate with you. Things that you might hear, okay? There's a couple of things. Some people might hear heavenly music, right? Whether they're awake or maybe even asleep or dreaming or in meditation. I can only think of one instance, and I was in a deep meditation when I just randomly heard like some heavenly music. But what I hear for me, I hear songs either in my head or on the radio. So you don't have to be psychic to get messages through music from your angels, because they know what you're going to be listening to. They know what's going to be going through your mind. And that's another thing. What's going through your mind when you hear the song, right? Also, certain songs I'll hear on the radio might mean something to you. It might be an angel-related song. Or the lyrics of the song might speak to what you need to hear. Believe that that message is for you. You're hearing it for a reason. You're noticing that you're hearing it for a reason. Believe it's your message. Also, sometimes I wanted to note that I'll get messages clairaudiently. Also, like a random tune will come through my head that I've not heard, like maybe ever. Or maybe, who knows when. But nothing recent, I'll tell you that. Nothing I'll listen to. It'll come through my head and I'll start to hear the melody. Or sometimes I can hear the lyrics right away. But I wanted to drop this in because when my psychic abilities began opening up, I heard the song in my head and I never heard it before. And I had to piece it together. Like I was like just grabbing a word here, a word there. And I finally put enough together to Google it. And it was The Black Crows, She Talks to Angels. And at that point, I didn't even know I was like any kind of intuitive. I didn't even know. And I was like, why am I thinking of a song that I've never heard of before? Like, this is really weird. I started kind of listening to the words of the song, and it's talking about how she's like this normal girl and this and that, but she talks to angels and they know her by her name. And I was like, wow. And maybe my angels are talking to me. And they were. That's the thing, they were. But I had to be open to that. I couldn't, that's not a thing. I had to be open to it. Are they talking to me? Oh my goodness. And then I had to believe and accept and allow that it was real. You may also hear voices in your head, and this is like I said, songs. I have songs coming through, but they sound like a song on the radio. It's not like me saying the song. Or your own thoughts come into your head and kind of surprise you, like, huh, wow, why would I think that? What a brilliant idea. Something like that. Now, those are the angels. Those are the angels putting those thoughts in. They just pluck them in, like just real easy like that. What you might see, sparkles of light in the corner of your vision, across the room. Maybe the light comes through the window weird, bounces off something, and what is that? Like, those are your angels popping in to say hi. Orbs, also seeing lights during meditation. I want to note that when I'm first connecting with an angel, I usually see a certain color of a pinprick of light, and that will kind of give me an indication of which angel is coming through. Also, babies and pets, babies and animals, they can see clearer than we can. They don't have that veil. They see the angels. So if you catch a baby watching and smiling at the wall, or the dog who's just interested, the cat especially, cats are very connected to the divine. You see the cat staring at something, it's angels in the room, angels in the house. How fun. Now, if they're watching it kind of bounce around and flitter this way, that way, it might be fairy. So, but angels, they enter and they leave. That's how I have experienced angels. Signs from the universe. Seeing rainbows after praying. If you prayed and you really bared your soul and prayed, and then spontaneously, hey, there's a rainbow. Like after rain, yes, whatever. But hey, that rainbow's for you. Might have made it rain on the whole world so you could see that rainbow after you cried. That's a sign from your angels that they've heard your prayers and that they're working on it for you. After you pray or ask for something specific, synchronicities like signs, billboards, license plate, that kind of thing. For instance, I was really wanting to go to Sedona, Arizona and see those Red Rock Mountains. I was like, Spirit, is this right for me or not? And then I saw like a Kia Sedona van. And then after that, I saw a license plate for Arizona. I was like, oh my gosh, like those are my signs. Those are signs from the universe, signs from your angels, all the same thing. And of course, there's angel numbers, which are numbers that you might see. And I am not even going to get into that because that's a whole category in and of itself. But repeating number sequences on the clock or, wherever, license plates, anywhere you tend to look, numbers that mean something to you. Look it up and Google it. I do it sometimes if I notice and I notice that I notice, and I look it up and there's usually a message there for me. And I send much love. Again, my name is Heidi Corona. Thank you so much for joining me today.